stream. It's been so long since I've done one of these. I'm celebrating my 2-year anniversary of this particular YouTube channel. So if you don't know, this is actually the second YouTube channel that I have created over the last 5 years or so. The other one is quite in the opposite direction. And so I knew for a long time that if I really wanted to make any substantial money in YouTube, that I needed to create a finance related channel. And it just so happened that I love finance to begin with. So it wasn't like it was hard or anything like that. It was information that I already knew that I could already share with people. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up here your comments on my computer so that I can easily read all of your responses. So hope everyone's having a great day. I currently have some Don Julio 70. Hopefully you got yourself a little bit of a treat of a drink to enjoy during this Ask Me Anything segment. So let's see here. Just say I do. Oh, that's funny. So I'm actually going to start with the responses that I got on Instagram. I'm going to answer those. Someone asked, what do I think about Polkadot? So I actually own a decent amount of Polkadot. Polkadot is probably, let's see, I want to say Nexo, Polkadot, and Link are the top 3 altcoins that I hold, but altcoins are like 10 to 15% of my overall portfolio. I haven't actually looked at my percentage of my portfolio in a while, just because honestly, you could drive yourself nuts looking at it all day. Like, I believe in crypto long term. Like, I don't need to look at my portfolio and even the balance of it that frequently. What would you suggest to study, read, learn to someone who recently started trading crypto? I think that is. I would say just take it slow. I like listening to Tone Vase. I would take it really, really slow in the beginning and just practice with a small amount and then just build up over time. What do you see as the general movement of the market this year? Leg up, crab, dump. Okay, so the whole interest rate thing is definitely a little bit on the concerning side. I would love to see Bitcoin break away and not, I would love to see Bitcoin not correlate with traditional stocks, but unfortunately, it just continues to do so. I've watched all your videos, but still don't say how a newbie can start investing. So I have a video about like, what I would do with my first $1,000 in crypto. And you can basically get a lot of free crypto right off the bat. So that's definitely a good place to start. And I would say every day I wake up and I'm like, how can I stack more Bitcoin? Your goal should be to acquire one full and complete Bitcoin. Or even if you look at it in terms of Satoshis, right? One Bitcoin is 100 million Satoshis. So you could like set a goal of like acquiring 1 million Satoshis and then increase that over time. It should be like the single thing that you're focused on if you want to build some crazy wealth over the years. At least that's what I think. Have you caught up with Kevin Cage yet? I hear he's in your area. I don't know who Kevin Cage is. What do you love to do? So I love to go for really long walks, like sometimes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 miles. I like to be outside. I like to tan at the beach. I like to ride my scooter. I have a 150cc scooter, just took a beautiful ride over to Old San Juan this afternoon. What else do I like to do? I like to watch sunsets. I like to watch thunderstorms. I think the sky is so much more entertaining than like anything on the television. I like to listen to a handful of podcasts. I really enjoy learning about brain health, longevity, even though I'm really not the best when it comes to following all the things that I learn, but I still find it really, really fascinating. So when it comes to my other channel, actually, I did a 54-day long fast. So that I documented every single day. I did not consume any food for 54 days. And so I've always been really interested in like health and longevity and things like that. So let's see here. Is it safe to keep most crypto in big lending platforms, Celsius, Nexo, Vault? So this is the thing, not your keys, not your coins. I'll repeat this over and over and over again, but if you do want to use those, I'd recommend spreading your risk. If you have less than 1 Bitcoin, I'd say, just put it in a hardware wallet. Not worth losing, not worth losing. Respect your Bitcoin and treat it like it's going to $1 million because it is. Let's see here. Where do you see yourself in 3 years' time? So this is the thing, is that I don't like planning ahead. Okay, I don't even like to plan what I'm doing tomorrow. I like having a free schedule all the time. I'm a huge commitment phobe, and it just makes me really anxious to have plans that are like really far in advance. So this is the thing, is that I just like to think of my life in a certain projection. If you guys are here, please give me a thumbs up so this video can get recommended to other people and they can learn about crypto as well. I would love to just, in my lifetime, if even like 100 people quit their jobs because they made so much money in crypto and learned a little bit from my channel, I would have lived a very, very full life. Oh yeah, 3 years time. Honestly, I still see myself in Puerto Rico. I don't like to plan too far in advance, you know, like I just kind of like to have my I don't even know how to say that word, but like I'm just headed up, right? That's the direction I want to head. And I don't like planning too much because I'm a person that's always willing to pivot. And different opportunities come at different times. Sometimes opportunities come when you least expect it. So that's something to consider. I just feel like I have my head on a swivel when it comes to opportunities, and I don't like to plan too far in advance because honestly, when I plan things, I'm like, shoot, what ends up coming my way ends up being way better than what I actually planned for. Just moved all my coins from BlockFi to Vauld. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're definitely earning a better rate over there. Someone said, great tan. They're missing Puerto Rico. Yeah, that is for sure. I've definitely been working on my tan. Do you still use BlockFi? What do you think about their new policies? So I mentioned yesterday's video, you could hear about what I think about BlockFi's new policies. And basically, yeah, you can just watch that video. I talked a little bit about it in my previous videos. I just don't really want to repeat it right now. But do I still use BlockFi? Yes. I think I have like 0.05 or 0.06 Bitcoin on there, a very small amount. I recently moved my Ethereum off of BlockFi. I still have a $60,000 loan with BlockFi. I might have a little bit of a few other coins, but I don't really have much on BlockFi because the rates are, you know, they're bad. I like Vauld's interest rates, but they didn't require KYC when I signed up and are overseas. How do you feel about that? Well, I feel pretty confident in Vauld for a couple of reasons. Coinbase Ventures is an investor. Peter Thiel is also an investor. So I feel quite confident with Vauld, but there's always risk in all of these. Yes, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed already, I would appreciate that too. Do you have any interest in nodes? Strong Thor. Okay, so I actually kind of have it on my to-do list to like learn about running a node, but I haven't gotten the opportunity to do it yet. I have so much on my to-do list, and I have a lot of commitments coming up with certain videos for this channel. So one video that's coming up that I'm really excited about is I'm going to basically give you an entire breakdown of the revenue that my channel made in last year. And honestly, I kind of feel like I really didn't put a massive effort when it came to this channel, and I still made like a decent living, like a teacher's wage, which is actually pretty cool. How are the car rentals going? The car rentals are going great. It's really cool. It's like friends of friends, people that have rented to us, referrals. We haven't had to spend any money on advertising. Super lucky from that sense. What do I think about the future of CRO coin? I don't even know what that coin is. Honestly, I used to keep up with altcoins more, but this is the fact of the matter is that like, I find altcoins to be like a big distraction. Some of them will make a lot of people a lot of money, but picking the right one's going to be hard because not all 5,000 are going to make it. So I kind of just like want to focus on Bitcoin. Like governments are going to adopt Bitcoin and institutions are going to adopt Bitcoin. And big businesses are going to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet way before altcoins, in my opinion. So that's kind of my thought there. Where do you think of Hedera Hashgraph HBAR? I don't know what that is. Will you always be in the crypto space? I am someone that when I speak about things, I'm like, I don't know for sure. Like I always, you know, kind of give like a disclaimer, I guess, in a sense. I feel so overwhelmingly confident about the future of Bitcoin. It's like, I try to keep that to myself because, I mean, I hate to say it, but I just feel like I am putting myself in the best financial like opportunity to just have a badass life in the future when it comes to Bitcoin. I do think I will always be in the cryptocurrency space because unless there's something that comes out that it's a better alternative, right? So fiat currency sucks. My previous video, I told you guys, I literally have like 2,500 US dollars. I'm like so cash poor and I love my life being cash poor. So I do think I will be in the crypto space for a very long period of time. I don't think there's much that could really shake my opinion on Bitcoin. So I'm here for the long term, and it's changed my life, and I really hope that it can change other people's lives as well. We are seeing real life scenarios where it is so important to hold Bitcoin. And so people are even talking now about getting your Bitcoin off of exchanges, which would in a sense kind of include, interest earning accounts, because, if they can control your your funds in your bank, then they can kind of control your funds in these accounts. That's why it's important to use a hardware wallet, not your keys, not your coins. So, so, so important. Mark Moss, something about, evacuated Puerto Rico due to tyrannical mandates. What's your opinion on the level of tyranny there? So Puerto Rico is a really interesting place because although the government is they basically are just so terrible to the people and they have done nothing to gain their trust, people really trust the government here. And so I've just found my way to work around it. For example, I was on a walk yesterday and I wanted to get a beer, and my friend and I, we stopped at this Mexican restaurant, and we literally wanted to sit at a table 2 steps from the entryway, but we didn't have a mask because we were on a walk, and the guy wouldn't let us. And I was like, fine, I'll go somewhere else. And it was an outdoor area seating place. So, Puerto Rico is really funny. I mean, we couldn't leave our house past 7 o'clock, but I just don't follow the rules. When we were told not to go outside, I walked 13 miles a day for 7 days straight. That's how I actually started my love for walking. The government's stay inside your house, don't leave. I'm well, I'm gonna go outside because I can't really, don't really spread COVID when you're not around people. There's no one around me. So let's see here. Do you speak a little bit of Spanish in PR? Not really. I get embarrassed to speak Spanish because it's not very good. And I have the hardest time understanding the language. Do you have any part of your wealth in index funds, regular stock market? If so, how much? I have $5,000 in marijuana stocks, and they're doing terrible. I've lost a few $1,000s, but I just bought them, want to hold for the long term. I bought some Tilray. I think Tilray may have potentially hit a bottom in that $5 range. Much love and respect. We need more women in crypto. Thanks, Em. We do need more women in crypto. People always ask me, how do we get more women in crypto? I don't know the answer to that. I like to do things that feel like they're not forced and they're just in a state of flow. And 90% of my subscribers are males. I don't know how to increase the female audience. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's not something that I wake up in the morning and I'm trying to do, because I spend a lot of my time trying to share financial advice with family and friends. And you know what? No one gives a shit. Okay, nobody, well, not nobody, some do, but very few do. And especially my female friends and family members, the only ones I really converted are males, male family members and friends. And so that's just kind of how it is. And I'm not trying to force it. I texted my cousin and I said, can you please create a Coinbase account? I want to send you Bitcoin. I was going to give her, $30-$40 of Bitcoin for free as a Christmas gift. That was during Christmas. I'm still trying to get her to download it. I'm trying to send her free money. It's I don't know. I'm trying. Even when I try to give it for free, people don't want it. Okay, happy YouTube B-Day, Mariah. Thanks. Do you have an approach to making money in NFTs? I'd like to dabble, but there are so many scams and dead-end projects. NFTs are really overwhelming to me. I understand them partially. I don't know how to find good ones. I don't know how to find valuable ones that are going to make me money, but I love NFTs being applied to the music industry. I think it's pretty awesome. For example, buying an NFT to give you backstage passes for life to a certain artist, and then you could sell it. When you sell it, the artist makes 10%. I love NFTs being applied to the music industry. So let's see here. Happy YouTube. Oh yeah, okay. Do you think you would have made more money from holding instead of trading? Oh my gosh, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%, I would have made way more money. So this is what's interesting. I will always have lost more money than I've made. So I did a calculation of all the things that I've invested, or all the crypto that I've lost from investing in bad projects and just different scams over the years. With Bitcoin price at $50,000, I think I've lost $8 million in my life. Yeah, 8 million. You just gotta laugh about it because I can't really get it back, you know? I mean, I could if I could go work for $8 million back, but I can't go get it back from the people that stole it from me. Like, it's not worth my time. I'm better off trying to make it back in other ways. You know, you're not gonna get your money back from scams. You're just not. Do native Puerto Ricans have to file taxes for capital gains in crypto? So, yes, I think it's like 12, no, I think it's 15% max for capital gains. So if you have realized gains, then yes. If you don't trade and you have unrealized gains, and you don't have to pay taxes. This is the thing, is like people always ask, you know, what if the 0% capital gains is taken away in Puerto Rico? Here's the thing. The thing is that I will always change my actions, like to make my tax bill more reasonable. For example, if I had to start paying capital gains tax, if I needed money, I wouldn't sell my crypto. I would just borrow against it, so I wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. I would look into things like Bitcoin IRAs, so that I could actually have it shielded, so that like when I turn whatever 60 something, I don't have to pay taxes on it. So I would just change my approach entirely when it comes to how I approach taxes if the tax incentives were gone. Congratulations on your YouTube birthday. Can you do a new video on how to start investing? Do you need a US bank account to start investing? Is there another way? Which platform should I use? Newbie. Coinbase, Gemini, those are two exchanges that I use. Let's see here. I'm losing my spot here. Keep your opinion on BTC. Your opinion on the locals is just a spoiled brat millionaire. You don't follow the rules. Sounds like you were related to Captain Hook who spreads crap. Okay, so, you know, we got some locals here who are not fond of people like me moving to Puerto Rico for the tax incentives. And it's really funny to think, they think that if I started paying taxes that their government would actually spend it wisely, but we all know that's not the case. Most people are just trying to make it. They don't think much past that. Speak the truth. Women need to learn from the begin. That's why, like from the start, how to do it. Can't force it. If you get it, you get it. Congrats on 2 years. What is your opinion on Canada fiasco? Did I say that word correctly? I say a lot of words wrong all the time in all my videos. My English is slightly poor. So, whoa, what's happening in Canada? I'm almost like, okay, I love what the people of Canada are doing. They're standing up for their freedom. Of course, I appreciate that, right? Stand up for freedom. Freedom is like the one thing that drives me the most every single day in my life. I don't really care about money that much. But you know what I care about? I care about the freedom that money gives me, okay? It's not about the money. It's about the freedom that I get from having money. Okay, so do whatever I want, to not have to set an alarm, to not have a job, okay? My favorite thing about life is like not having a job. I hope that one day many of you can find financial freedom and quit your job, because I just don't know how people do it, have a real job. It's like there's one thing I'm really happy about, it's not having a real job. Let's see here. Where did I leave off here? Oh yeah, Canada. So what's really great about the Canada situation is that, you know, they're really making it very apparent of like why Bitcoin was created, and it makes me feel so grateful for Bitcoin because of what we see what's happening. So my uncle called me today. He's like, I watched your video. You said like, don't keep any cash in the bank. And like, I know that he probably has a lot of cash in the bank. And, you know, I don't want to tell people what to do, but I'm just like, hey, that's not what I would do. So he's like, what should I do instead? And so for me, when I think about money and finances that I rather make, okay, so for example, let's say $20 million, okay? I'm trying to build up to a $20 million net worth, let's say. Okay, that would probably like, okay, well, let me reword this. Okay, so I'd rather have less money and have more freedom than more money and less freedom. So I think of ways of making money that aren't that hard and not that challenging. I like to put myself in scenarios where my phone doesn't ring. I would love to throw my cell phone in the trash, okay? I'm getting close to that point. I want a lifestyle where I don't have to set my alarm. You know, if I want to like fly back to California tomorrow to see my family, I can. Freedom is the most important to me. So I design my life that way. And so I have a lot of boundaries when it comes to investing and making money. And because of that, I definitely make less money. Because for me, lifestyle is way more important. Quality of life is more important. One day, I will be on my deathbed, and you know what? I'm not gonna be like, I wish I would have worked harder. Every single person on their deathbed says they wish they wouldn't have worked so hard. They wish they would have spent more time with their family and friends. And you know what? Like, I could not agree with that more, because like, it's just, it really comes down to the most important things in life, which is like quality time with family and friends. So that's kind of my approach there. Let's see here. Marijuana is a bad investment because of the regulation side of things. Yeah, I do think that when it comes to regulations, it does make it more complicated when investing in marijuana stocks, but I think in the long term, it's going to do well. Thanks for all the free info. And also, like, I'm also very interested in psychedelic stocks as well. I just haven't done a ton of research. Thanks for all the free info, Mariah. You deserve all that you have. Thanks. Fernando, thank you so much. He also said, I'm a digital nomad. What can you say about nomad visas in Puerto Rico? I'm a developer and investor in BTC for 4 years now. I mean, I'm not really sure where you're from, but I'm not really sure. I mean, whatever the rules are when it comes to the United States is probably the same in Puerto Rico. Is Nexo lifetime platform? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I hope that Nexo is around for a lifetime, but time will tell. I'm someone that's like really jaded in like giving anyone your cryptocurrency. I mean, I have a lot of, on Nexo. I have a substantial amount on Nexo. But you know what? I've also lived through the days of like USI Tech and what was the other one called? Or the guy, BitConnect, right? You know, like I've lived through all of these major scams and stuff. And I was new to crypto. That's actually how I was introduced to crypto, was through Ponzi schemes. So like, obviously they were bad and people lost a lot of money, and I even knew they were high risk going into it. But I was like, for me, like I like to experiment. I'm not afraid to lose money. I've lost a lot of money over the years. I will continue to lose money over the years, because this is the thing, is like I could be just as happy living in my car, showering at the park, showering in the ocean as like the high life. But for me, it's kind of like, you know what? I kind of want to try to like make like a stupid amount of money. So if I want to like take a helicopter to my friend's house that's like 45 minutes away, I can. Kind of sounds fun. For me, like I think about transportation, and like that's the exciting part of like potentially making a lot of money in cryptocurrency, is like flying private, never having to go in like a regular airport again, like showing up like 15 minutes before my flight. I love transportation. I love motorcycles, and it's just so thrilling to me. I love unique forms of transportation and luxury transportation. I mean, I've had small experiences, nothing major. Okay, take care of the sunburn. Thanks for the videos. Do I look burned? I mean, I'm pretty tanned. I don't know if I would say burned. I think the lighting's bad. I don't think I'm burned. Okay, maybe I'm a little red, but it doesn't hurt. Maybe it's a little bit warm. Are you allowed to earn Nexo tokens again? I am bullish long-term on this project. I would love for the token to hit between $18 and $30. Oh, dang. If it hits between 18 and 30, I'm going to be really, really happy. Let's see. Nexo tokens. I earn in Nexo tokens, and I think you can now actually trade and get Nexo tokens on the app. I haven't tried it yet, but my friend told me about it. Let's see here. Which do you think has more potential, Celsius token or Nexo token? That's a really good question. I don't have any Cell tokens, but I have looked into getting them, kind of, sort of. Like if I could easily exchange them on the platform, which I think you might be able to now, but before you couldn't, I probably would have already done it. But it's like, okay, so this is the position that I'm in. I'm cash poor, right? I only have $2,500 US. I also have expenses. I got to pay my rent. I got to pay, just my expenses in general. So if I want to go buy like Cell tokens or more Nexo tokens, I have to take a crypto that I already have and exchange it for that. So I don't really want to exchange Ethereum, don't really want to exchange Bitcoin. I'm kind of just like happy where I'm at there. And I'm happy with the amount of Nexo tokens I have, but I would like to build some Cell tokens over time. What business are you running right now? How do you plan out your due for them? Thanks for being here. I have my car rental business, Puerto Rico Wheels. If you're in Puerto Rico, you want to you want to rent a car, we have Jeeps, we have a Mercedes Metris van, we have some small sedans as well. So that's pretty much like my business. And then, you know, I would say YouTube, you know, I really just kick myself sometimes because I know that if I dedicated my life to this YouTube channel and like I hired one person to help me, I could probably get this like to 50K a month revenue by the end of the year if I actually took it seriously. But the problem is that like I like to have fun and I'm addicted to fun. So it's like such a possibility and I know I'm so capable of doing it, but I'm addicted to having fun. And it's really hard to do both. I'm not good at balancing. Okay. BitConnect, yes. Take a sip of that drink for me. Laura Pimentel, oh my gosh, a familiar face, a family member. I got Don Julio 70, which is my favorite tequila. When I went to Mexico in December, I fell in love with Don Julio 70. I had a friend that told me about it like a long time ago, and I just didn't really believe her, but it's better than 1942. And it's like about half the price, I'm pretty sure. So my friend Brooke, she got me some Don Julio 70 for my birthday, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Okay, let's see. Looked into living the boat life instead of on land. Okay, I love weird ways of living. I've considered boat life, but I feel like boats always break, so it'd be hard. I also want to learn how to sail eventually. I thought about getting my pilot's license too, but once my friend told me that like, you can't really party like the day before you're gonna fly somewhere because you have to be like mentally and physically ready to fly. And I'm like, I like having too much fun, and that's a big responsibility because I wanted to take my friends with me, you know? Like, you can get a pretty decent plane for like 100K that fits a couple people, maybe just one other person, and then you could just Puerto Rico fly to all the nearby islands. I mean, I think I'd rather just hire someone to fly me around, you know, leave it to a professional so I can enjoy. Let's see here. Not your keys, not your crypto. Cheers to that. Are you able to pay? Oh, I also thought about living in a van in Puerto Rico. So that's always been a dream of mine. Before I moved to Puerto Rico, I actually considered purchasing a travel van and like road tripping all throughout the United States, but then Puerto Rico made more sense to me. Well, I eventually did a van life, you know, maybe, but the problem with Puerto Rico is like keeping that van cool, you know? It's quite a challenge, and I do not like being hot. Let's see here. Are you able to pay your Nexo debt using Nexo tokens? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure on Nexo, you can actually pay your debt with the tokens. I think I like tried to make a small payment. I used Link, but they give you a lot of options to pay back your loan actually, which is cool. What is the maximum percentage of portfolio you would feel comfortable with sitting in Vauld? Okay. Let's say you don't have a full Bitcoin yet. It's really hard for me to encourage people to put any of that under one Bitcoin on any of these interest earning accounts. It's just not worth it in my opinion. And that's taking like a conservative approach because for some people it's gonna be challenging to get that one full and complete Bitcoin, right? So I highly encourage you to just hold it probably on a hardware wallet. But when it comes to percentage, so like anything over like that one Bitcoin, maybe like spread amongst all. So maybe like 10% on Vault, 10% on Celsius, 10% on BlockFi, 10% on Nexo, 10% on like Gemini exchange. Like there's a lot of options, and there's only going to be more options of places to earn on your crypto. The Bank of England just raised interest rates. Very interesting. I'm on the position that I don't have a bank account in the USA. I really want to start investing, and I'm learning, but most of the learning material says you need a bank. Okay, there is a website. Let me see if I can find it. Where you can like buy Bitcoin. Oh shoot. Local Bitcoins. Okay, check out Local Bitcoins. I heard about them years ago. I've never used them, but do your due diligence. It might be a good option if you don't have a bank. Okay, you're an inspiration. Thank you. Do you just buy crypto or do you also invest in the stock market? I I just have a little bit of marijuana stocks. I don't have any traditional stocks. Honestly, I feel so comfortable being so overexposed to Bitcoin. Like every time I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell some Bitcoin or crypto and get some traditional exposure into the markets. And then I just go right back to crypto because I don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. So I know this sounds a little bit crazy and a little bit woo-woo, but honestly, all of the right decisions I have made in my life when it comes to especially investing is like based off my intuition, like how I feel. It was 2015 or 2016, and I had the feeling to dump my entire savings account into Ethereum. It had gone from like almost $20 to $7. I had no idea what Ethereum was even about. I didn't understand it. I had just bought Bitcoin and then like sold it when it went up $50, and I saw this other thing called Ethereum, and it was like the thought came into my head, buy low, sell high, and I'm like, well, it's low. I mean, it's less than half of what it was, and I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I had this feeling like I should dump my entire savings account into Ethereum, and I did that, and it was like the best decision that I ever made, and it was just all based off intuition. You only have to be right one single time. Let's see here. Which hardware wallet do you recommend? I use Ledger Nano S, and that's the one that I recommend because I use it and I like it. Let's see. Balanced thoughts on dating, work life. You know, I really can't really give you any thoughts on there because I have like zero relationship experience, and I think it's really hard to balance both. There's probably really no way to balance it. I'm not really sure how people do it, and it seems really hard, so that's why I've avoided it. Let's see here. I have all my Bitcoin in Celsius, less than 1. I can't afford more. Do you watch any crypto YouTubers? I sometimes watch the chart guys. I watch Tone Vase. I watch a lot of Meet Kevin just because I really enjoy how he explains things. Sometimes he's talking about the housing market. Sometimes he's talking about traditional stocks. I love Andre Jink. I think he's excellent, and I've loved to see his channel grow over the years. I will click on random videos here and there if I'm looking for a specific topic, but I consistently listen to Tone Vase the most. If the point is to make more money, Bitcoin, what would be the point investing in anything else? Answer, no reason. Yeah, pretty much. Traditional to me is like black and white TV. Crypto is fresh, new, exciting, and on the blockchain. Mint. So yeah, it's like, I have always like gone against what most people recommend, what most people are doing, just because it's like, if I would have followed the crowd my whole life, you know, I would have finished college. I dropped out of college, but I would have finished college. I would have been potentially in debt, you know, because I really wanted to go to a private school, but my parents were like, we're not co-signing your loan. And I was so pissed at the time, and damn, I'm grateful now for that decision and that comment that they made. I would have been like a few $100,000 in debt. I would have maybe been working in like the Bay Area because I was thinking about going to like a Bay Area college. And I would have just been in the rat race, like probably so miserable. I like don't even like San Francisco, and I definitely don't like California. So, you know, who knows what would have happened in my life if I would have gone that direction. But I took the opposite route, and I'm so grateful that I did. I dropped out of college. I started a business with money that I had made from entering online sweepstakes. And then I started buying cryptocurrency and investing, and I moved to Puerto Rico. And I am just so grateful for my life. Ugh, so grateful. Mariah, will you buy virtual property in the future in the metaverse? So I think the whole virtual world is really interesting. I gotta learn more about it, but never say never, you know? Never say never. Ledger Nano S/X only buy from the official website. 100%. I don't know if there's a description. Oh yeah, okay. So in my description down below, there's a link to buy a Ledger. I don't think you save money, but I think I make like 10% of the sale. So it's like one way for you to support my channel. Someone said they like the Trezor wallet. You know, I actually have a Trezor, but I never actually used it. DeFi or CeFi, honestly, like I don't feel comfortable answering that. If you're accredited, you can earn and sell on the app. It wouldn't cost you extra money. Okay, cool, good to know. I did see that on Celsius. They have a new accredited investor tab. So let's see here. I hear the banks will pick 𝘱𝘱𝘀 over Sol. Which chart do you use to watch the stock market? So honestly, I use TradingView. I have different folders. I have my crypto folder. I have my marijuana stocks folder. I have my traditional markets. I have my electric vehicle related. My friend recommended a bunch of penny stocks. I made a folder for him too. Would you invest in a side hustle before investing in crypto? I think I know what you're gonna say. Just wanted to hear you say it. Basically growing exotic plants to help cancer patients. Thanks. That actually sounds like a really cool project. So, I mean, it depends. Like, it's really hard to say, especially because of timing. I would have to know more about the numbers, right? The potential earnings, the amount that you would need to start the investment. I would need to learn a little bit more. Recommend any books reading. Okay, Tax-Free Wealth is a great book. Robert Kiyosaki, CPA, wrote that book. It's my favorite book. Okay, so my brain cannot comprehend information by reading. It's really hard for me to comprehend any information when I read. I comprehend best by watching videos. So like, that's why I love YouTube. I consume a lot of YouTube. That's why I'm obsessed with YouTube. That's why I made a YouTube channel. I just love YouTube because like, that's how my brain absorbs information. So I wish I could read, but you know, I tell myself like, I'll buy a new book, I'll get all excited. I really did comprehend quite a bit on tax-free wealth at the time. I mean, I've lost a lot of the comprehension since. I'm just looking at a couple books that I have over there. But I always tell myself, like, I also learn a lot from podcasts, but I used to fight it and tell myself that I'm gonna comprehend this book, but it just never works out. All right, let's see here. Do you think you will scale out of crypto, or are you gonna hold for life? You know, I think that, let's see, I'm almost 30 years old. Well, I just turned 29. I got like about a year till I hit 30. But to think like over 60 years what Bitcoin could do, could it be worth $10 million? Yeah, probably. Will I scale out of crypto? So there might be a point where crypto goes so high that I'm like, maybe I should buy a house. But like, I'm really turned off by real estate. It's not really something that I get excited about. So there is a possibility, but we're in a position now where we have such little adoption that the percentage of potential growth in Bitcoin is off the charts. Like, you're not even ready for what's going to happen. I'm not ready for what's going to happen. None of us are ready for what's going to happen. Okay, we're all going to be mind blown is what I'm anticipating. Crypto gains exploded in 21. Do you think a 60 to 80% bear market can happen before we go up again? You know, it's hard to tell. I don't think that Bitcoin is technically in the same market cycle that it has been over the years. So, I mean, it's hard to say because we're so low on adoption rate. But then again, this whole interest rate thing is slightly concerning to me. I live 2 minutes outside of San Francisco. I love it, but it's expensive. I pay a third of my income in rent. Ooh, that is steep. When is a good time to borrow money against your crypto? I mean, it depends, right? I mean, you can borrow more when it's higher, but at the same time, you know, it's a little bit riskier to get liquidated. So one thing I've learned in all of this is that Celsius does not liquidate you automatically. This is not from my experience. I didn't get any closed margin calls or anything, but they try to work with you, and all of the other websites, they just automatically liquidate you. So I really like that aspect about Celsius. It's pretty respectful, you know, they try to really work with you. So something to really consider. Let's see here. Have you heard about the Satoshi Island project? No, I haven't, but it sounds interesting. Let's see. Richest Man in Babylon audiobook. I've heard of that book. Let's see. Do any of the stores accept Bitcoin in the area? Oh, and sell the marijuana stocks. Buy more Bitcoin. You know, it's only $5,000 in marijuana stocks, and I actually was looking at them yesterday, kind of sort of considered selling them, but I thought they had a few more days of upside. So that's kind of the situation there. Well, do any of the stores in the area accept Bitcoin? I'm not really sure. I don't really try to pay in Bitcoin because I'm just always trying to get rid of my US dollars. If you understand interest, debt, taxes, you'll always be rich. 100%. Taxes is a game, okay? You're either winning or you're losing. Okay, the tax code was written by the rich for the rich. So, like, I don't know why anyone's motivated to go pay like in excess of taxes when the government like can't literally build a 2-stall bathroom for less than like $10 million at a park. It's just absolutely absurd. If you've seen that video, it's like, okay, Google like John Stossel, like New York City bathroom or something. It was like, I think it was New York. It cost them like $5 million to build this basic bathroom. It took forever. It was a complete and total joke. Crypto whales look to take the most money out of new retail investors. And as far as I know, most people in right now came in 21. That worries me. Thoughts? You just buy and holds, right? I think buying and holds money that you don't even in the short term is probably the way to do it. Let's see. What exchange do you find to be the least expensive to buy and sell? When it comes to, I think, I haven't actually traded within Celsius, but why do I feel like they have 0 fees? I think Kraken is less. So it's like Coinbase Pro is like 0.5. I want to say Gemini is 0.35. Kraken is less than that. I think Binance is like 0.1 or something. So I haven't really been looking a ton when it comes to best exchanges with least amount of fees because I'm not really moving anything around right now. Everything is just staying put. Let's see. Bitcoin or Ethereum? I have both. I have like 60% Bitcoin and about 30% approximately Ethereum. Have you ever tried option stock trading? No, I haven't. Seems a little complicated. What is your plan with YouTube? Will we see more videos via YouTube from you, Mariah? How many videos do you guys want to see from me, actually? That would be interesting to know. I'm gonna, like, starting March 1st, you'll get a video at least once a week, but I'm, probably going to do more than that. Sometimes, the hardest part about YouTube is like being in the right headspace, and I need to get a better setup. I need to like put improve the acoustics in here. It's like way too echoey. I need to get a better camera setup. I need to improve my lighting. I need to just like be able to come in my office, push a button, lights, camera, action, and then just be able to go. And I need to just streamline everything. My thoughts on Gemini. I like Gemini, except the only thing I don't like about Gemini is when you use Gemini Earn, for example, it's like low interest rates, whatever, but it could take up to 5 days to take your funds out of Gemini Earn and just put it in your regular wallet. There's a few things I want to talk about. Okay, I have this idea and I would love to know your guys' feedback. Okay, so there's this YouTuber, I forgot his name, and he started with a penny and his goal is to trade the penny until he gets a house. Okay, so I love the idea. I've heard someone else do the same thing years ago. Okay, and so my thought process is I could start with something small. Like I have a Ledger Nano S. I bought like 50 of them like 4 or 5 years ago because I was like just going door to door to people's houses. That wanted me to, and I was teaching them about Bitcoin and all their options. And I was like, here, you need this to secure your Bitcoin, because I knew they were never going to order it. So I was like, you need to buy this right now. And I think I got it like on sale on Black Friday. So then I just charge them whatever's on the website. So I was like, at least, I get like $20 for spending like an hour and a half teaching someone about Bitcoin. And so I have a bunch of those. So I could start with like a Ledger Nano or something small. And I want to keep trading until I get to like maybe a full Bitcoin. So for example, like I could on my Instagram or here be like, okay, I traded my Ledger Nano S for a, like, what would be expensive here? Like this camera, like I traded it for this. And so what you guys could do is you could like message me on Instagram and be like, oh, that's the item you have. I'm willing to trade this. And then I'm willing to like meet up, for 20 minutes, grab a coffee, and like see how long it takes me to like maybe eventually trade to like a Bitcoin or something. It sounds like a really fun project that could be super entertaining, and then I could like meet people along the way, but I don't know. Is that crazy? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's see here. Kraken is no good for me. I find network fees too high. So when you do transfer out of Kraken, the fees can be high. Thank you for the video. Please, more YouTube videos. All right, I'll do my best. Someone said Gemini's a con, they won't list XRP. You know, their house, their rules. I've not experienced movement in crypto like above 1x. How do you stay calm when the price goes up so quickly? Parabolic move. You know, you don't stay calm. I have a hard time sleeping when Bitcoin goes like out of control for some reason. You know, I've learned to just like look at the price a lot less. Like typically the longer I'm in this space, the less I look at the price. Like sometimes I'll go a few hours, like I'll wake up and it'll be like 2 and I'm like, who am I? I haven't checked the price of Bitcoin yet. So it happens, you know. I'm just like, you're probably not going to be good at trading. Like, I'm sorry to break your little fragile heart, but you're probably not going to be good. And don't get me wrong, you're going to see the fluctuations. You're going to be like, ah, opportunity, because I did that too. And I regret it. Like almost every single person that I know that's tried to trade has less because of it, you know? It's like they're selling Bitcoin at 20K and then it runs away. Like it's going to run away from you. It's really hard, especially if you're trying to like manage your life and like a real job and trade. Like if you can't sit in front of your computer all day, it's gonna be really, really hard to trade successfully. Let's see, 3 videos a week. Thanks for the recommendation, Brian. Is it possible the BlockFi situation can affect other platforms like Celsius? What's your take? Absolutely. It absolutely will. So I would say be prepared that you might not be able to deposit more funds into sites like Celsius in the coming days, weeks. I don't know, it's a possibility. Someone said my studio setup is awesome. Thanks. Simple, I like simple, but I got a bunch of stuff that I got to organize in front of me. Got to get that taken care of. We never stay calm when the price goes up. Panic sell. 1 penny trade, $200 to $3 Ethereum fee. My girlfriend is still holding her coins. She never sold any. She's going to be rich. Nice. Let's see here. Teach us more in videos, just what you like talking about. You know what? Thanks for the no pressure comment. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. Have you heard of HODL platform? I have, but I don't really know what it is. How's your fat loss? You're still fat. You know, that's okay. Let's see here. Fragile heart. If you have to donate so much money to a charity each year, can you start your own nonprofit as a workaround? No, you can't do that. But honestly, even if you could, the thought of starting a nonprofit and dealing with that, the thought is like, no, I don't want to deal with another business entity and like dealing with reporting and all that stuff. Like simple life, you know, it's like $5,000. Just give it to a charity that you hope is going to do something good. I mean, most charities are trash, unfortunately. I mean, we all know this, right? It's like 95%, 98% goes to admin fees. So, hi Mariah, how is your portfolio? Looks like, I mean, 50. Okay, so I am at approximately 60% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, 10% altcoins, in that range. Okay, let's see here. Hi Mariah, how's your portfolio look like? Let's see. Oh yeah, I just answered that one. Trading Bitcoin is hard, but if you can trade an altcoin and it rallies more than 50%, it's probably time to take some profits. Just look how much most dumped recently. You know what? If there's one thing that I need to get better at, it's taking profits. Yeah. So hopefully this next spike, I learn how to take some profits. Because it's like, this is the thing, is that it could be somewhat motivating to take profits, because then you could turn that, you know, into like a 10%, 12% APY if you go to USDC or another stable coin, right? So shouldn't be all that bad. Landing in PR tonight. What town should I visit? Oh, visit the whole island. I mean, all of it. Got to check out the west side. Just drive along the coast. Explore everything. Do I believe that we're in a bear market or a bull market? I would say that we are in, I think we're in a bull market actually. Let's see here. When you reach crypto endgame, will there be a Mariah Travels YouTube channel? You know, I do love sharing my travels. If I had a camera crew, that would be great. It's really hard to like have my camera out capturing everything. It's something that I really struggle with. Like I love sharing my life. It's fun, but it also takes away from the moment, you know? So I really struggle with that. Ethereum to 10K this year? Actually, definitely not at the question. Let's see here. Perfect. You're the most beautiful girl in crypto. Oh, that's so nice. Don't pay attention to the jealous ones. Have you heard of GRT? I actually haven't. Let's see here. Russia's being accused of laundering 85 million. What is going on? You know, I'm not really sure exactly what's going on there, but let me check my email really quick. I think I have a call coming up in a few minutes, potentially. No, I don't. I have time for, your timing on videos has been good. Thank you, I appreciate that. So, you know, someone said, please don't read the negative posts. So, you know, I don't know, maybe you guys are reporting them, but it's like they're in, they have like a warning thing above them. So I don't know if like the words that they're saying are being reported or someone's reporting them, but it's like, oh, this one has a little warning, skip that comment, on to the next one. Let's see here. Mariah, crypto is truly amazing. You only need to get one coin right, hold, and change your life. The key here is just to hold until glory. Yes, I love that. My thoughts on Solana. I don't know a ton about it. I mean, I've heard a couple negative things, but I don't own any. So it's like, it really feels weird because I kind of feel like, you know, I hear people in real estate, like very, very, very successful people in real estate. They're like, yeah, you know, I'm not really investing in crypto. I don't really understand it. So not going to really invest in it. And I'm just like, these people are crazy. And then I'm over here like, yeah, I'm not really investing in altcoins because I don't really understand them. Just going to hold Bitcoin. So I'm feeling like rusty, you know, when I get asked about altcoins. But I also remember a time in my life where I owned a lot of altcoins, and I just was wishing the whole time that I would have had Bitcoin instead. So much FOMO. Okay, how many percentage of my investment is citrus pear pie? What? What would you tell your younger self in crypto what you know now? Buy, holds, sit back, relax. You're moving to Puerto Rico. You're gonna have a beautiful life where the sunshine is out every single day and there's gonna be great people there. That's what I would say. Let's see here. That's what I would tell my younger self. And I would also tell my younger self to just try not to do things that feel like so against the grain, you know? It's like everything that's been the most successful projects and experiments I've tried have been like the easiest, you know? They just didn't really feel like there was that much friction along the way. Crypto does outperform real estate, 200% average return every year. And on top of that, with crypto, you're not dealing with tenants, you're not dealing with maintenance guys, you're not dealing with people not paying their rent on time, you're not dealing with property taxes, and in California, they just keep going up and up and up. But then there's the side of real estate, of building equity, being able to borrow against that. I like that part. I definitely like that part. Do you watch Coin Bureau and George from Crypto? Cryptos R Us. I don't, but I have heard of those channels. Can you believe the USA seized it from that couple of course they had to get some sort of Bitcoin without doing any of the work? I don't know if I know what story exactly you're talking about. Do you like ratio trading? Bitcoin against XRP. I don't like ratio trading. I mean, I think it's probably the proper way to do it, but I find it to be challenging. Like it doesn't click up here for me. Let's see here. Every plan on moving back to the States. You know, I'm not really sure if I'd move back to the States. Like, I'll be in Puerto Rico till it's not fun anymore. It's like really, really fun. Potentially, I could see myself living in like Portugal for an extended period of time. I could see myself living in Mexico for an extended period of time. I really like other countries, but then you have to also consider, you know, you're still going to owe US taxes. Would I renounce my citizenship? Sounds complicated. I can easily get dual citizenship in Portugal. My dad was born there. It's like such a great passport. It's so powerful to have. So let's see here. Would you do Airbnb? So, you know, during a period of time when crypto was soaring, I was like, maybe I should like see how much my landlord would sell me this building for. I think it has like 9, 10, 11 units. I was like, that could be interesting. But then I realized that I can make more money doing cars, and it'd probably be like easier. It's really hard to find reliable people to clean and maintain anything here in Puerto Rico. It's really challenging. It's hard to get people to show up. It's just not an easy task. So I realized in that moment that although it would have been a decent idea, you know, I also like don't want headaches. Like I don't want my phone to ring, you know. I know the lifestyle that I want because I had a very, very busy life. My life was absolutely insane when I had a food truck business. And I just don't want any headaches. I really don't. So I'd rather make way less money. But in return, I might just make more money investing in crypto and not dealing with all the things that come with running certain businesses. What is the policy on animal dogs in Puerto Rico? I have no idea. I mean, you have to be a little bit more specific there. But it's a great place to adopt a dog because there's a lot of homeless dogs here. I don't own Comos. Is that how you pronounce it? Am I going to unconfiscatable? So the truth of the matter is that like I'm a hardcore introvert and I don't think I can actually handle big gatherings like that. It sounds really overwhelming. I was asking what's your favorite dessert you like to eat. I like fruit pies. Oh, okay. So I used to be a huge sweet tooth. But because I started drinking more beer and tequila, I don't really crave sugar anymore. Did you know that like, hold on one second. When people like drink a lot and they quit drinking, they end up having an addiction to sugar. So I kind of went the opposite direction. I had addiction to sugar. And then I started like drinking more regularly. And then I'm like not really addicted to sugar anymore. But tres leche. Tres leche is where it's at. I loved tres leche before Puerto Rico. I'm so grateful that there's tres leche at like nearly every single restaurant here. BTC in 2025 at 500K. Do you think this is possible? Absolutely. Absolutely it's possible. Never underestimate Bitcoin. It'll always go higher than you can imagine, and it'll always go lower than you can only imagine on the pullbacks. Oh, someone said I had beautiful eyes. Thank you so much. Come to Brazil. You know, I have a couple aunts and uncles that were born in Brazil. I was thinking about going for the Olympics, but was kind of afraid to go by myself. My moving averages, Brian asked about my moving averages. So Brian, on that video, I wrote in the description that I made a mistake. So the moving averages are actually a 5 and a 12, not a 5 and a 7. Hard to get people to show up in the States too. Yeah, absolutely. It's a really hard time to find people to work. And I had a weird feeling. So when I sold my food truck business back, what year was that? That would have been 2017. I got rid of my food truck business, and it was for a few reasons. Like, I didn't want to deal with having employees. I knew that I felt like inflation was going to get out of control. I'm like, if I have to pay my employees $15 an hour, that means I have to sell funnel cakes for $15. I have to sell bottles of water for $5. So, and that's just because fairs take like 25 to 30% of gross sales, which is quite a bit. So I kind of saw it coming, and you know, I had a pretty good experience with employees in California. I had one bad incident where I had to fire half of my employees because they just blatantly lied to me. It's very unfortunate. And so I kind of got scarred after that when it came to having employees. There was a time in my life where I was like, you know what? I want to build an empire and have 5,000 employees. And then I very quickly changed my mind. Portuguese dual citizen here. Had no idea you were half Portuguese. You should definitely visit the north. It's gorgeous and usually cheaper than the south. Thanks for the tips. So I am actually 98.7% Portuguese. My parents are from the Azores. My dad was born there. My mom was conceived there and born in California. I recently did my 23andMe, and yeah, it came back like 98.7% Portuguese. So I've been to Portugal, I've been to Madeira, I have been to Terceira. I love them both. I went to Lisbon too, so I actually plan to do a month to 2 months in Portugal this year, which I'm super pumped about. And I want to drive from the north down to the south. I want to visit a few more of the Azorian Islands. I want to go back to Madeira, the most pristine place I've ever visited in my entire life. Do you plan on staying an American citizen? Yeah, probably. I mean, someone told me that, like, I thought that if you renounce your citizenship, you can only spend 30 days in the States. Someone said that's not true. You know, it would be really unfortunate if I had a family member that like got sick and I wanted to spend an extended period of time with them. And because my schedule's flexible, I could even like potentially have to be like a caretaker one day. Like, I don't want to really jeopardize that, you know, like, so I'll probably just keep it. Oh, there's a couple here. 4.5 billion New York couples stolen in cryptocurrency and conspiring to defraud the US officials. Whoa, that's crazy. Cosmos, no. I do not own it. That's pretty crazy, that 3.6 billion. Can you talk a little bit about the crypto rule situation in PR? So if you are looking to pay 0% capital gains, then you are looking at moving to Puerto Rico, spending at least 183 days here. You are going to pay $10,000 annually to a Puerto Rican nonprofit charity. The filing fee, that's a good question. Could be 300, could be 5,000. The government just likes to change it up on you all the time. And you need to also purchase a property within 2 years. You need a closer connection to Puerto Rico, which means, you know, you live here, your family's here, you have closer ties to Puerto Rico than anywhere else. That's kind of the summary. Are there any places I want to travel to in 2022? I'll probably be going to Mexico. I'd like to do some more time in Mexico. I'm also going to spend at least a month, like I said, maybe 2 months in Portugal. Oh God, it's going to be so hard to stay productive and make videos on the road. That's not going to be fun. You know, I used to be crazy about traveling, and since COVID, why have I like not been excited to travel as much? Like the thought of leaving my house, like, you know, when people like get old and comfortable and they don't want to leave the house. Yeah, I turned 29 and that happened to me. It's really unfortunate. No afraid of ramp off problems, crypto to fiat. Some banks block accounts quickly if you wire from exchanges. Okay, so I have used Charles Schwab with no issues. Emmanuel said, thanks for your advice on BTC. Aw, you are so welcome. Do you calculate percentage allocation in coins by their dollar value? When it comes to my portfolio, yes. Have I had issues with Vauld? I just had some issues where I couldn't withdraw due to network issue or something, and they don't know why. The only issue I had with Vauld was I transferred money in, my account didn't reflect it. Within 30 minutes, it was in there, which was good. Okay, do you speak Portuguese? Oh, I wish I spoke Portuguese. My parents are both fluent, and they both blame each other for not teaching my brother and I. What are the most fun things that I've done in Puerto Rico? I love just walking. I love taking day trips in Puerto Rico. I love doing boat trips. Like, I've done boat trips out of the bay where we've gone wakeboarding, or we just did like a little morning mimosa sail. I love sailing. I don't sail the boat, but I love sitting on a boat that someone else is sailing. Day trips to the mountains. The mountains here are so beautiful. I love doing 4x4 off-roading trips up to restaurants you can only get to with the 4x4 vehicle. I love just driving my Jeep for fun with like no destination in mind, just going. So yeah, no Portuguese for me. Do you think the BTC dominance will decrease or increase in the long term? I anticipate it to increase, but it's hard to say. I don't really pay a ton of attention to the dominance, but I probably should. What's your favorite smoothie? You know, I used to drink smoothies a lot. Well, I guess I drink protein shakes. I don't really like smoothies that much. When it comes to drinks, it's like, it's either tequila, Medalla, or water. I don't like juice, really. Too much sugar. I do edit my own YouTube videos, yes. You got to hit me up in Portugal. Going to be there in August. I live in Canada, but my parents own a place there. Show you some crazy good food too. Oh, heck yes. The food in Portugal, off the charts. It's cheap and it's delicious. You know what I love about Portugal? Everyone speaks English there. It's like, I think it's the most underrated country in Europe for sure. Love your channel for your total honestly telling us how it is and how you deal with crypto. And of course, Puerto Rico, keep doing what you're doing. It's my pleasure to spread the good news. Have you ever looked into Midas? 23% APY on Ethereum. I haven't, but damn, that's a great return. Cool. Well, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying my videos, and I definitely keep it real. And, you know, I'm never going to pretend like I'm an expert because I'm just not. But I will tell you what I'm doing, and I'm not always going to be right, but I'm going to try my best to deliver the most accurate information. Let's see. I own a business. I know what you mean. I thought the same employees have more rights than the employers. By the way, I used to teach at a Portuguese school in San Jose. Oh my gosh. Yes, so there's like definitely a massive San Jose. There's a massive Portuguese community in San Jose. My cousins, their grandparents were living in were living in San Jose for a while. There's a couple, I think, San Jose restaurants or Portuguese restaurants. I think like a bakery there. That's really cool though. Yeah, you know, it's really unfortunate. It's crazy how many like employees sue their employers over like nothing. It's bad. It's like, it's such a turnoff to have a business. It's really unfortunate. And, you know, I just rather have a quality of life. The crypto tips couple are in Portugal. Yeah, you're talking about Heidi. Heidi, is her husband's name Toby? Yeah. So there's a really, I have a great recommendation for a YouTube channel. So the channel is called Our Rich Journey. It's a couple from California, specifically the Bay Area. They retired in Portugal and they brought their 2 young daughters with them. I think they did this in their late 30s. They might already be in their early 40s now. And they're just such a cute couple and such a great message and such a great story. And I would love to know, I haven't found any videos yet or come across them from them about like how they're getting away with like not paying US taxes, but they're in Portugal full time. You know what's crazy is that you can actually be a resident of Portugal and never actually go to Portugal and like take advantage of the 0% Bitcoin taxes. I do not use DeFi products, no. But I did give my friend like some money to do yield farming. Thanks for sharing your time with us on the channel. You're not fat, you're gorgeous. Ignore the trolls and haters. Do you. Don't change for no one. Congrats on the 2-year milestone. Greetings from the Midwest. Awesome. Well, it's been almost 70 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and celebrating the 2-year anniversary of my YouTube channel. You know, I started and I stopped this channel so many times and I got discouraged and I like lost motivation. But so yeah, I mean, I started the channel 2 years ago, but I didn't hit 1,000 subscribers till like around April. And then April was also when I started monetizing my channel with Google AdSense. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for encouraging me. It's always fun. And hopefully y'all get to quit your job soon and Bitcoin to the moon. So as always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.